And my name is Ruth, for those of you who don't know who I am, also known as Inky of Inky Makes. Thank you for clicking on this video and saying hello. It's been a little while since I've done my last video. I still have a ton of footage that I haven't used, so I'm kind of going through a backlog of stuff at the minute. But I thought I would just check in and see if yous are all doing okay. I'm kind of just sat in my indoor studio space at the minute. I'm very privileged. I've got 2 little studio spaces, and I'm just sharing it with the cats at the minute. I've got Dill here. You gonna say hello? No. Cats never like to perform on demand unless there's something in it for them. Anyway, so I have got some footage for you to see of Whitby, one of my most favourite places ever in the entire world. If the camera shakes, it's because Dylan's knocking. There we go. There you go. Thanks, Dill, for your contribution. Come on, say hello. Come on. Come on. Come on, baby. There we are. There she is, my little Fluffmeister. You cute. She can go now. So if there's more wobbles, it's her bashing into the camera, I'm afraid. But you know, it's the beauty of working on location, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, like, how is everyone? Please comment in below. Let me know what you're up to. I'm always interested in, you know, what's going on with other people. We are pretty much settled in at my mum and dad's now, and I think, like I said before, I've got a lot of like backlog footage because I just film loads of stuff and never end up using it. I've got like the opposite problem of like some other YouTube people who don't film things and they're like afterwards like, oh, I should have filmed that. Whereas at the minute, at least for now, I am suffering with the opposite problem, which is I've got loads of footage and I just can't get it up fast enough. And I don't want to waste it because there were some happy memories there, so I'd like to share those. Artwork-wise, what have I been up to? So I'm going to put in some of my older work. I'd like to think I've progressed since then. Which it is nice actually to look back over old stuff and see how far you've come. I've definitely, I think my style's changing a little bit. And obviously I'm starting to do more ceramics. And that's something I'm going to do this week, is fire up the kiln. Still again. And yeah, like, I think that's about it really. Like, let me know what you think. Let me know what kind of stuff you like to watch. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. So as you can see, this is my sketchbook from ages ago. God, it's crazy looking back over this footage because this is like literally so long ago. This is in our old house. Just me covered in cat hair as per usual. God, like looking back over footage, it's like you see every little flaw. Like as if I go around looking like that. But anyway. It's funny because like as I'm looking back over this, it's like I've literally just done a ceramic piece where I've painted a design with a cat and pumpkins. So I've obviously not got over that motif yet. And thank goodness this has been sped up for your viewing pleasure because this obviously took me a lot longer than this. I absolutely love using this paint. Like it like dries extremely chalky, as you'll see in a minute. Using like Prismacolors over it was just beautiful. Like chef's kiss. Like really nice texture. It was my favourite. Like I think I need to do something else with this paint again. So yeah, you can just see that it's so unbelievably chalky, this paint. And I think I just got it from Hobbycraft. It was just like a really cheap craft paint. And I like all the little doodles I've done in the back of this. So yeah, this is just something a little bit different, where I made myself some little kappa earrings. And I thought I'd just keep them in there using resin. Oh my god, like I don't miss using resin for things. It's really pungent. And there were some little fishy earrings. I'd like to remake these in clay, like fired ceramics. And I've got so many of these findings, like I need to really make a ton of earrings. I've got plenty of materials to do it. Also, I'd be interested to know like other people who make jewellery and stuff, like how do you feel about using like, you know, surgical steel findings rather than like pure silver ones? Because like I'm really nervous about using anything other than like sterling silver. Like I'm always worried that I'm going to turn people's ears green or something. I mean, I've got absolutely no problem with wearing anything in my ears, but like when I'm selling them to other people, I'm very nervous about anything less than sterling silver. So it would be nice to know what other people think. Like, would you be bothered about buying something as long as it was like nickel free or whatever? Like, would you have a problem with that? So yeah, I'm just shading everything in here, trying to give it some depth. I think I can definitely see like a style emerging as well, like in my work, looking at this now. But I think I've got to learn how to know when to stop. Because I think that's my problem. I'll just keep adding and adding and adding. And then maybe I've gone a little bit too far with it, like I've worked into it too much. I don't know. I think it's cute. So here's the footage from Whitby. I seem to be wearing the same clothes as I was in the previous video. Yeah, like the gulls in Whitby are, if you've ever been to the seaside, you can see them proper eyeballing you for food. It's crazy. And they're not shy at all. As you can see, it's a very gloomy day. I think that kind of adds to the atmosphere of Whitby. Like, you can kind of see how Bram Stoker was inspired by it, like setting the beginning of Dracula here. Like, it is very, very gothic. And it was still kind of surprisingly busy, seeing as it was actually a very rainy day. I do not look amused at all. It was very windy. All the fishing boats, my star sign, Gemini, my boat. I love them little houses in the background as well. I think I really need to do a painting of them. Like, I'm really inspired by Henrietta Street in Whitby. It's very, I don't know, oldie worldy and like cute, and yeah. I would definitely recommend anyone like visiting Whitby to go over to that side, over to the East Cliff. And this is the West Cliff, you can see. God, it was so foggy. I think that's the rain you can see rolling in. Again, it's like the can't remember what that hotel was called, but it's that side of Whitby that Bram Stoker stayed in. Yeah, it's just hilarious looking back and seeing my face during this. It's just getting more and more unpleasant, the weather. I find it so weird, like walking across this pier, like the gaps in between these pieces of wood is just, it's a bit too wide for my liking. Like, it makes me feel really weird if I look down. And I like how like Richard's like, you know, pushing on, because honestly, if this was just me, it probably would have turned back by now. I think it's like snowing at this point. I'm really betraying my northern roots here, complaining about the weather so much. There's a guy out in a canoe, just like, you know, going about his thing, not fazed at all. But like, you know, it's funny because even irrelevant to all of this, like, even when it's this bad, like the weather, like I just still absolutely love this place. It's, like I said before, one of my most favourite places in the whole world. I don't really know why either, like it made me think about, like I did read on the internet about this idea of like a soul place, like places that you just feel a real connection to, but you're not even sure why. So this is Henrietta Street. Absolutely love it here. It stinks of kippers, smoked kippers. And as you can see, it's a much nicer day today. And the tide was actually out at this point when we went for a walk. So as you'll see, I think we actually go down to the beach, but the side that we don't normally go to. And it's next to the cliffs where St Mary's Church is up above. I take a lot of photographs on this. I'm not just constantly on my phone. It just so happens to be that like every time Richard films me here, it's like I've got my phone out. And I like to collect treasure off the beach. Still got these stones, but they always look better when they're wet. Yeah, they always look better when they're wet. When it's like just like dry on your window ledge or something, that's just like, why have you got a ton of rocks just in your room? And there was so much like little creatures and everything in the rock pools. It's like at first like you couldn't really see anything, and then when you look closely, it's just more and more little things floating around and swimming about. I'm always paranoid about the tide coming back in as well. Like that's something like you hear out these stories about, you know, poor people who've got stranded out there or worse, because the tide's coming really fast and they've been caught. But thankfully, obviously, we survived to tell the tale here. But like, it's just, yeah, it's something to bear in mind if you know, if you're going adventuring along the shoreline. And there's actually like a shipwreckage out over like yonder on this side of the beach in Whitby, and it's actually made out of concrete. Like I thought that was a joke, but it really is actually a boat made out of concrete, so no wonder it's sort of ended up sinking. There it is. This is another part of Whitby that I really like, Panet Park. And there's a lovely museum up there. And this, as you can see, this little squirrel fella was eyeballing us, wondering if we had any food. I do like to buy actually like peanuts and stuff from like one of the local shops and just go into this park. And you can actually see a hand of glory at Panet Park Museum. That's what that little skeletal hand thing's about. And that's just like, it's supposedly the hand of a hanged man, and it's supposed to be good luck or something like that. Something weird like that. Not very good luck for the guy who it belonged to, but never mind. It's the whale bones. I think they're not actually the original ones, I think they were replaced. I love all those townhouses as well, like what you see behind the boats here. I'm not sure what century they're from, but they're really pretty. I can imagine they're hell to clean though. There's plenty of stairs. There's some like cute little shops in Whitby as well, like it's quite good for shopping. I should have got that Whitby is my happy place sign. I've just seen that now that I'm looking back over this. You start going up the 99 steps here. There's some brilliant views. It's been really popular with photographers. And you get a workout at the same time. There's definitely some interesting graves in this graveyard as well. There's one quite famous one that's got like a skull and crossbones on it, and I think it's called the Pirate's Grave, though I don't actually think a pirate's buried there. We would have gone into the Abbey grounds itself, but I think it was quite expensive. When we checked out, it was okay, I don't think we're gonna do that this time, but it is beautiful. And this is where Bram Stoker apparently stayed. So this is a drawing, painting that I did when I got back from Whitby. And I think by this point as well, it was kind of decided that I really wanted to do Gothfest as well. And so I had ideas for prints that I wanted to do and what kind of things that I would like to see on my wall. And because I don't know if I've mentioned this before on the channel, but I really like cute, spooky stuff. My partner, he really likes horror films, but I am not one for horror whatsoever. I've got such a vivid imagination, and I end up having really crazy dreams if I watch anything scary. It doesn't even have to be anything particularly really scary, but yeah, it's it doesn't take much to freak me out. So yeah, I definitely had to do something cute, a cute twist on it. And I think I took a lot more effort on trying to recreate the Abbey here, but I wanted to make sure that it was recognisable. And I think that's the nice thing. Again, I don't know about other artists, but I have to use reference to work from. I can have a somewhat of an idea in mind what I want something to look like, but I do like to sort of cross-reference with actual photographs. I think I got kind of sick of well, not sick of drawing, but like I kind of had enough at that point and thought, right, okay, I'll paint when I'm feeling a bit more fresher the next day. And I'm sort of just building up different tones here. I think I went in with watercolour to begin with and then kind of painted over with gouache. And I wanted to kind of like, rather than it just be a black sky, I wanted it to get some more colour into it. So as you can see, there's plenty of different colours going on here. I think I was quite like slapdash with this, to be honest, when I'm looking at it now. Like, I'm just very much mixing it on the paper. But I don't know, I think sometimes it's like, I like to just get stuck in to a piece. If I leave it too long, I end up like not wanting to like continue with it. Like, I've got other pieces of like work that I've started that's on my desk right now that I'm just like, ugh, I don't know, I'm kind of don't think I'm going to go back to it, but you never know. Like, I don't really want to get rid of it, but at the same time, I'm just like, yeah, I think the moment's passed. Yeah, and I'm starting with the... Well, I've definitely gone in with it with gouache. Just sort of layering up stuff. I do wonder, like, what sort of size prints that people tend to like to buy, because, like, I've definitely got some, like, larger pieces of work that I've bought in the past, but I think possibly, like, A4, A5 maybe? That's probably, like, more realistic. Like, I think that's what I'm going to use for the art market, but we'll see if that actually ends up being the right thing. Like, I'm very nervous about doing this art market. Like, I don't want to like make a total mess of it, but at the same time, like, I'm definitely going to have made mistakes, like, and there'll probably be things that I'll improve on next time. And like I say, it's like deciding what products to take and like to invest money into, like products like getting printed, like notepads and everything. Like I look at a lot of illustrators that I like online and I think, God, like, you're really investing a lot of money into that, and it's like, it is a bit scary, like, because you think, is anyone actually going to buy this? And also I think as well, when you're first starting out, it's sort of like you're dealing with the fact that you might not have very many followers, or you might not really be out there, if you know what I mean. Like, people don't know who you are and what you do. So I think like that's one of the reasons why I was really keen on the idea of doing an actual physical market, because I don't know, I think I feel like I do better in person than I do like on online presence, because like I really struggle with posting every day. Like, I find it really difficult. It's got a lot easier since I've reduced my hours with like my day job, but it's still like, wow, I don't know how some people manage to get new stuff up every single day. And like, it's sometimes it knocks my confidence a little bit, because I think, well, like, am I dedicated enough? Like, is this like, do I want this enough? Like, if I'm not posting up every single day. But sometimes I just don't feel like I've got anything new to say, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not even that like I necessarily don't have the work, it's just, I don't know, like, I just don't feel like like I'm repeating myself, if that makes sense. That's what it feels like. And I've noticed I've started to become a bit more tactical as well with my posting. Like, if I get like maybe 2 pieces of work completed in a day, like I'll only post up one, and then I'll probably save the other piece for like another day. For like I say, for those days where I don't have as much. And yeah, like just going back into this painting as well, like I'm using the watercolour pens here. I think the Talons is the brand, and sort of just working in with the Prismacolors. In fact, is that even a Prismacolor? I don't think it is. My goodness, it's not a Prismacolor. I'm not sure what kind of pencil it is, but I've got so many different types of different materials now. I've accumulated a ton of coloured pencils. And Poscas, like I absolutely love my Poscas. So yeah, I would be interested to hear from like other makers, appreciators, like what type of products that you like to see, like what kind of things do you like to buy, because I don't even, sometimes I've noticed like with what other illustrators have mentioned online that like they'll spend a load of time on something and then it doesn't get very many likes, and I've noticed that like for myself as well, like work that I've like tried a new technique or something and I'm really happy with the results, but then like it gets zero sort of, I don't know, attention online. And I know you can't put too much like stock in the responses of others, and you shouldn't, I don't know, like tailor yourself too much, but when you're trying to like make a living out of it, you can't help but do that to a certain degree. I think that's kind of like human nature. You're trying to, I don't know, sort of guarantee an outcome, but it's hard to do that because people's like likes and stuff kind of change with time. So it's, I don't know, it would be nice to know just even just some sort of discussion about what other artists, how other artists work. How do you come up with these sorts of ideas, or do you just kind of, I don't know, watch what is popular on your channel and then sort of tailor to that, or is it a bit of like what you're interested in at the time, or is it a combination of those things? So that's it for this time. Thank you for watching. I know this is a long one to get through this time, but sometimes it's nice just to have these things playing on in the background whilst you're doing your own thing. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to like and subscribe. I always feel like really cringe when I'm asking that, but you know, needs must. I am starting out here, so you know, be kind, please. And again, yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!